Big audition.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl DJ Chardae and Bopp.
And your boy DJ Big Bopper.
And we're back with another episode of
Wave of the Planet.
What's up? How are you feeling this week? How's your week?
You know, honestly, okay, so we started out, I think Monday morning, it dropped from 80 degrees to about 32.
I saw something that said, like, the temperature dropped in Texas like it saw a state trooper. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, from 90 to 50. Yeah, I went to bed, I was sweating. I haven't had my fan on max, and I didn't even have my my comforter on. I was just under the covers, and I woke up and it was 34 degrees. I woke up a little bit late to school as well, so I kind of I just threw on my normal shorts and my Hawaiian, and I ran out the door, and I made it about a quarter mile until I realized it is really cold out here. And it was a little rainy, and it's been wet. So it's just been like a wet, cold week so far. And it's definitely put a dampen on the mood, seeing how it's homecoming.
Yeah,
it's
Hoco week, man.
It just doesn't feel like homecoming to me. This is like, here's the days where you wake up and you just hear that wind howling, and you can hear the rain on the window, and you're like, please have a code purple today. Please.
Honestly, one of my classes got canceled. Shout out to you, because your girl didn't want to get up and go to that 8 a.m. So, and then the other one had a midterm yesterday, so all I had to do was get up and go to work at 10, which wasn't bad, honestly.
I mean, luckily I don't have that early of classes, so I wasn't I didn't have to worry about that. But I started working at 8 a.m. and you're like walking out, and it feels like you're getting pelted by ice. And it's just like,
yeah,
it's another one of them days.
I like the cold, but I don't necessarily like the rain. So, it's not, the greatest for me.
Oh yeah, no, like the coldness, I am perfect with it being like, I go out 34 degrees. That was fine. It was the rain and the being wet. That's what really.
Yeah, that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Also, I'm feeling a little phlegmy, so.
Yeah, I was like, man, I walked here the other day. I was like, I started feeling sniffling. I was like, man, I better not get a cold.
Yeah, I'm getting throaty. I'm starting to. Sorry, I sound like a 12-year-old pubescent little boy again. It's kind of my.
It's funny. It's
thing.
Like you can't have all seasons in one day. Texas, hold my beer.
Hold my Shiner box.
Because I remember calling or talking to my mom Monday, and it was 34 degrees here, and it was still 80 degrees in Houston at the time. And it wasn't until the next day or Tuesday morning that they got hit, and it dropped to like 50. So I thought I wasn't even aware it was going to hit. I knew we were having some thunderstorms. I know we do NPR, so we stay pretty updated with the music, or not with the music, with the weather.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know like there was this major cold front coming in.
Yeah, Bob had on shorts. I was like, for real, bro?
Dude, I was running late. I didn't know. I got halfway here, and I was like, oh, am I really doing this today?
Well, what's on? We got a lot on the agenda today. First, what's your song of the week? I'm
gonna have to go out and stay. I know we had ACL, and I know we had one of our coworkers was at ACL. Shout out to Millie.
Millie, she'll be in here later. She gets here at like 10. And so I told her, come into the studio as soon as you get here. So she's going to come crashing in probably in about 10 minutes or so.
So don't be startled when you, all of a sudden you hear her voice. It's like, oh.
Just bear with us. We know.
I'm going to have to go with, I saw them once at BlizzCon, and they were at ACL, and it made me, I really wanted to go because I really like this band, and I'm going to have to go with Metallica, and it's going to be Blackened. I'm going to go with Blackened because I just like kind of how it leads up with the acoustics into it. It starts out really like soft, really chill and calm, and it just switches to something crazy. And I love that sound. I just like how they do it. And I feel like Metallica is one of those, just like everybody's listened to Metallica. Everybody like or hate them as a group. There's at least one song in them that people would enjoy. So I'm going to have to go with that for this week. We'll listen to it right here. What about you, Chardae? What would be your song this week?
Well, so I went to a concert last week.
Ooh.
Went to go see the Arctic Monkeys.
Another band that was at ACL, too.
Yeah, they were. Freshman in high school me was so fulfilled. And then I'm going in a couple weeks to go see Lainey. But they just dropped a new album, and so it's going to be one of the songs from their album. The album's called Malibu Nights, and it's so dope. It's really not that long. It's only like 7 or 8 songs or so, but it's all like flowy, and I love it. I love that. And the song is called Thick and Thin, so go ahead and listen to that.
Late night, your eyes fell to the floor. I'm trying to make sense, but you're losing your patience. Hands talk, won't stop, we go to war. In the heat of the moment, you think that we're broken. I could see my whole life with you, baby. Now you got me thinking that I'm crazy.
And then we'll get Emily's song of the week when she gets in here too. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some ACL in a little bit. What else do we have on the agenda, Bob?
All right. So for music news that I have, we got a little bit on what is hurting the music industry, a little bit about piracy. We're going to talk about the, if you know anything about the Fyre Festival about 6 years ago, we're going to talk a little bit about that and how that was kind of a fiasco. We also have news about a 90s media player coming back called Winamp. So we're going to talk about that. And then we also have to touch on YouTube's worldwide outage the other day. So that's what I have for today. What about yourself?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about one of the breakups that made everyone's heart cry so bad, and I didn't really care. I was happy. I saw it coming. Ariana and Pete, obviously.
See, I still didn't even know they were together, dude. I think that's...
Bob said, "Oh yeah, they were dating, right?" I said, "They were engaged, bro. What?"
I didn't know that. He's just this crazy comedy character. I don't know. I just never. I don't really stay in the know on like, I guess Hollywood actors' lives and dates and all that. I don't watch Entertainment Tonight. I don't know what's going on.
You don't watch E.T.?
No.
And then I got some sports news as always. NBA season is back, so we'll take a live look at my fantasy league.
See how you're doing on that. Yeah.
Ooh, not excited about that. And then just some general. I had another story that I can't remember right now, but I'll remember it later.
That's what you get for putting Zeke on your team.
He beasted for me this week. Okay, don't even.
Oh yeah, how did you do last week?
Last week, I lost very bad on both. This week, I won on both. I have the same record as the Cowboys on one of them, which...
Is this your first year?
I've never played fantasy before.
Yeah, you didn't know how much of a commitment and everything it is?
Yeah, because one day I forgot about it that week. My dad had to text me on Sunday morning at 11:15 and was like, "Hey, one of your players is inactive and the other one is on injured reserve." And I was like, "Oh crap!"
Update your roster.
Yeah, and then I end up beating my brother who was 5-0.
Okay.
And so now he's 5-1 and I'm 1-5. And my only win is him.
It's always the underdogs.
Exactly, and I'm the permanent underdog. But
kind of like who did we see that had the 1-5 record? Was that the Kansas City Chiefs?
No, it was the 49ers.
Oh, that's right.
The 49ers are 1-5. The Chiefs, I think, are 5-1 though.
Okay.
The Patriots just beat them, which their record is 4-2. I think so.
Yeah, which was they started really bad, so I thought they were. I was afraid to look, and you pulled it up. I was like, oh, okay, that's doable. I'm okay with that. I'm personally
not a Patriots fan. But I know that Tom Brady is a GOAT, and I know that he's going to get things done. So
yeah, just as much as I hate I hate when we played in NBA, I dislike the Cavaliers. I dislike Golden State, but I respect their players, and I know they're freaking great.
Okay, so we'll get into sports later. We got a good portion to talk about for sports. Let's jump into music before Emily crashes. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. We're on a limited schedule, I guess, this time. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with piracy. And this is perhaps the most visible in the music industry on Money Woes. And they lose about $2.65 billion a year when it comes to piracy. And one of the largest
I guess people that do this is coffee shops, like Starbucks and other coffee shops like that. And it's because they'll log in with their Spotify account like a single person, and it tells you when you sign up for Spotify, it's not for like industrial use or business use. It's for individual use only. So what they'd be doing is they'll be playing off their personal Spotify account, and they'll just plug it into the sound system, and they would play music off Spotify, and that's what they would do for their business. And well, they are not paying these license and copyrights and ads and streaming privileges. They don't have to pay all these that they are supposed to. They don't have to pay the royalties on these songs like they should have to as a business to be doing this in public place.
So you're talking about like when businesses like stream music and stuff?
Yeah, when they're using like Spotify,
wow.
which is used, and it's in their terms and conditions, it's for personal use only. It's not for business use. So they're saying about only 17% of all small businesses have obtained those licenses to be able to actually do this legally, and the other 3% use personal music service. So that is one of the biggest things in the music industry, and I didn't really realize it was a $2.65 billion every year, because you think it's just like one little shop, you know?
Yeah, well, I didn't realize that. Well, I guess I didn't realize that other people didn't realize that, like, when it comes to like using Spotify or using iTunes, like it's different if you are streaming it versus if you own it. Because if you've bought it. Because if you've bought it, then you own that song. You don't have the rights to that song, but you know what I mean? You can listen to that song. You can play that song, whatever.
Because you've paid for it.
Because you've paid for it, exactly. But if you have, if you haven't owned that song, if you don't own it, if you're just streaming it, you're still using the services platform. Right. So, wow.
So, and we talked a little bit about how like Sirius XM and the satellite radio, how they weren't paying some of these fees like radios have to, and how they are switching to where they're having to do it. So if they're losing this much money, do you think that there's possible they might end up a new wave of either laws or something to help, you know, kind of deal with this problem?
Well, is it all of them or is it just like Spotify?
Well, it seems like from the report that it's mostly Spotify and iTunes streaming services. So it's just like Apple Music and Spotify were the examples given. But I'm sure there are the other platforms like SoundCloud, YouTube, and whatnot that they would use those.
So what are they suggesting then? That makes me wonder now, because like we have a Spotify, we don't like use it at events, but we have like we make playlists, you know, of like our top hits and stuff. Like, is that okay for business use or?
That's a great question, but I think since we are a radio station and we already pay,
we do pay royalties.
We pay all the royalties and things. I think we are fine when we do that, because we pay all the music that we play is basically the music that we play on our station. We find the same songs, so I think we're definitely in that gray area, because I think we do pay our royalties on those songs. But do I think it's okay because of that? Yes. Is it okay that on the legal side? I think we're in that little bit of that gray area, you know. Yeah. So I'm just curious to see how they're going to deal with that, or if they're going to have any music in the store. Are they going to make it mandatory to have like a music streaming license or something?
Well, also like that's hard to track.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe they should make like Spotify accounts or Apple Music accounts for businesses. That it's like, you know, that has for rights for businesses, or as we come into this digital age of streaming music, you know, pass new laws or have new administrations where they need to get if they're going to have music at their store, regardless if it's just radio or anything, they should have like a media streaming license or something, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe that's where you got to come at for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it like that, but yeah, that's a good point. Like, Emily is in the studio now.
We finally got our girl, DJ Emily.
We're going to talk about
Hey.
some other stuff, and she can, weigh in when she wants. We'll talk about ACL
I
in a
guess
little bit.
it's only
Yeah.
right we should ask, how's your week been so far?
How's your week, man?
My week so far, since it's homecoming week, I'm,
Stress.
well, yeah, since I have, 2 jobs that are both on-campus jobs, I kind of have to do a lot of stuff for homecoming, so I'm kind of at every single event, but that paycheck's gonna be fat.
Yeah.
That's all I really
boy.
care about. So, I mean, it's kind of stressful. The weather's kind of the most annoying part. I wish it wasn't raining.
Definitely agree.
It's hindering a lot.
It's so cold because
just
it makes
doesn't-
me just.
It
I
just
wanna
doesn't
sleep.
feel like homecoming to me. That's what I was saying.
No,
I was like,
every event,
ugh.
I don't want to say they're bad because they're doing the best they can, but the
Yeah.
events are very different, and I kind of feel bad for the freshmen because they're not getting that
They're not
true
exper-
first
yeah, I
homecoming
agree.
experience.
Yeah, me and my roommate went to launching of the Ducks last night, and I was like, man.
Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah, we hung out.
Yeah,
like-
it's kind of just, especially it being my last, I'm just kind of
Yeah,
sad
exactly,
about
same.
Yeah.
it. So,
Kinda-
I mean,
It-
it's been a good week so far, just
Yeah,
a lot.
it's just like dreary.
It's just
the weather.
preparing the freshmen for the ice apocalypse. Okay, guys?
Honestly, try and change my mind that climate change isn't real, but different topic.
I mean, it's not.
Okay, whatever. Let's
right.
not get into
All
that.
right, well, let me push you off this flat Earth that you believe in as well.
Oh my!
Yeah, until you can show me that this Earth is round, it is flat.
Until he gets out there in space and looks at the Earth
Yeah,
from
until
the
he
moon.
joins Space Force, he's
Space
not going to
Force.
believe it.
I know. I was
my
supposed to leave for Space Force like 3 months ago. What
Oh
am I
my
still doing here? I'm still
gosh.
waiting my
Listen.
orders, President.
But didn't you get injured?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No.
So,
We got to ask her, what's
yeah, I
your
was
song of the
gonna
week,
say,
girl?
We always do a song of the
My
week, Emily.
song of the week. I actually thought about this in the shower this morning.
Did
I thought
you?
about. I was like, oh, we got to do the podcast today. I got to think of my song of the week.
Yeah.
I don't remember who. Hold on, let me check.
You remember that Lainey concert we were talking about a couple weeks ago?
A lady concert.
Lainey.
Lainey.
Oh yes, is it Lonnie or Lainey?
I watched an interview and they said
They
these
said
are the guys
Lainey.
from Lainey. Yeah.
Hey,
And so I was
Huh,
like, okay,
okay.
Remember that one
okay.
artist that y'all both like? That one?
shut up.
The L one?
Anyways,
Oh, okay. So my song of the week is "Electric" by Alina Baraz featuring Khalid.
oh, okay, I know what song you're talking about.
This song always hits.
always,
No matter I've
always
heard.
slaps.
I know
Tell
exactly.
me it's a banger? That was
Send
good.
it. Send the song.
Send
No,
it.
I mean it's like a song could listen to. I've listened to it for like a year or so, and I still
like
don't
it.
get tired of it. I can play
Yeah.
it a million times. Like it's just a genuinely good song.
All right, well, let's take a listen.
Darker than the ocean, deeper than the sea. You got everything, you got what I need. Touch me, you're electric, babe. Move me, take me from this place.
So we were just talking about piracy, Emily. What we just talked about was that basically, like, if you're a business, okay, you have Spotify, right? You have Apple
Yeah.
Music. Okay, so like,
I only use Spotify, but
Me too.
I know what Apple Music is.
so
Amazon Prime.
that Bopp's
Yeah,
plugging
I
Amazon.
totally forgot about that. That Prime Music is definitely one that I use for like different things.
Is it only for private use too, though?
I'm assuming that's more than likely is because it's included in my my Amazon Prime bundle.
Wow.
So
Well, basically, what we were just talking about is how, like, when you like sign up for these streaming platforms and stuff, it's for
it's for
personal use only.
Yeah.
So, like, businesses, when they like will go and just stream music just to like play throughout the day. And to me, in my head, I'm like picturing like a bakery or like
Yeah, it's
Like
just like
the-
a cafe.
The
Yeah.
number one person or business to do this is those small coffee shops.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll just like throw on a Spotify playlist, but because they're not using it for personal use, they're using it for business uses. They are getting out of paying like all of these
The music,
like the royalties for the music and things like that.
they lose about $2.65 billion a year
I'd
due
like
to
to
this.
find that 2.6 million.
Spotify does
No, I'm just,
Just
the,
like
music
the music
industry
industry in
as a-
general.
because of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
Because they
they're
only have 7
retaliating this, or
Well,
probably
They're
going
just-
to.
I don't disagree that things need to be changed. Like we had kind of talked about it. Only 17% of these small businesses have the license to be doing this. The other 83 are doing it illegally, or I wouldn't say. I doubt that it's like intentionally illegal. It's
Yeah,
that they
I
don't
think
know.
people
Yeah,
didn't
I
know.
was gonna
I
say, don't
didn't
think,
know.
Yeah, me neither.
You know, like we had just talked, we didn't really think about that when we do things, but I would say we're more in the gray area because we do pay all these royalties and FCC things. Like we
Yeah.
at least do pay for it, and then all the music we play is still the same.
Well,
mean,
because that's what I was. Because we were talking about how we, like when we go and do events and stuff, we stream our music from our station, but we do have like our playlists every month.
yeah,
that is on Spotify.
That's what I was thinking because I
And then,
make
like,
those.
And then me and Bopp are gonna have. We can go ahead and plug our October playlist. It's about to change up in a little bit. If you didn't know, Emily, I'm gonna give you the new top hits.
Yeah, no,
But,
I was
Yeah.
waiting for those.
Non-stop, bro.
and
Every
then
day, bro.
on my Disney
Oh, I hate
Channel flow.
Okay.
And
Shout
then,
out Jake Paul.
Ooh, I haven't watched the. I haven't
It's
watched.
good. It's good.
I want to watch them both right at
It's
one after
pretty
another.
good.
Oh,
Is
we're
that
gonna-
a new episode of RuPaul or?
Of RuPaul?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but
Jake.
Drag Race comes back in a little bit, and I'm going to do a mini recap.
Also,
on
we got Drag
everyone.
Bingo next week,
Oh,
ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
that's right.
So many topics bouncing around.
I will catch you there. Emily, there is no structure. That's the structure.
Well, I know. It's like
Get
a normal
used to it or
conversation.
As long
get
as
out.
they get the information.
Ah.
It's literally me and Bob talking to ourselves because we're narcissists. Anyways,
Literally me. It's
we
like-
also are going to have a new playlist where we have all of our songs of the week on it. So,
Our songs of the week.
yeah.
I still feel like we also need to bring back that DJ playlist too. Like each DJ's favorite songs
Oh,
that they
yeah.
play during their shows
I'm
or whatever.
cool with that.
Yeah.
I think
It was
that'd be
something
cool
we
and
had talked about
interactive.
last
What would be
semester,
yours?
but
My
you know,
playlist?
What if you could put one song from our station on the playlist? What would it be?
I was talking and you interrupted me.
What's new?
I'm also your
You're
guest.
editing that. I don't know. Fireflies by Neon Trees. When that
Oh
played
my
yesterday, bro, I was like,
Hey, have we? I know we do a lot of like they'll mess or we ask them to message us what we want on their station. Have we got any messages back from that?
We just got yours.
Ah,
We just got Africa by Toto, and I said, okay.
No.
I mean, people have commented the songs they like, but they don't really like message us.
well, it feels like you have one individual out there that's wanting a song, so look into that.
it's 100% Bob trying to get Africa by Toto.
Okay, can I
on the
get
station.
Africa by Weezer on the station?
Maybe.
Okay,
I might send it out next week just for you because it was doing pretty good on the charts.
There we go. We got Weird Al in that, man. That was that music video was wild.
It's always wild with Weird Al. Okay, what's our next story? Because Emily's here and we're never going to get anything done.
You're right. All
I'm
right,
sorry,
I'm
I'm
gonna,
Chatty
Also,
Cathy.
I want a McGriddle.
how about this? I'll kind of structure it for you. I'm going to do this next one, and then we're going to let you talk about ACL, and then we're going to
Can
go
you
back.
ask me questions about ACL?
No. Yeah, we'll ask about your experience and then, like, some general questions from you.
And of course, we want to know like all the basic stuff, like how was it? Who was
Yeah.
there? What days you go? Who all did you see? Because I know you can't even make it to all the different artists, so they're all playing at the same
no,
time,
it's
right?
pretty hard.
Exactly. So you kind of got to like pick and choose, and how. Let's go through your decision on how you kind of like chose what you wanted to see. But we're going to go ahead and talk. Have you ever heard of the Fyre Festival?
Fyre Festival.
I know what this is. This happened,
No.
like, years ago. I'm pretty sure I was in high school. And I was like, what?
roughly 6 years ago, they decided they wanted to put on this crazy festival, like this VIP first class, like super expensive festival.
Oh wait, yes, I heard about this. I did.
And like, so they're having people coming out all the way from. They're coming out, and we're talking about some of like the rich people. Like,
Is this where they go to an island or
yeah,
whatever?
they go out
and
like
they
to
got,
the
like, stranded?
Bahamas.
Yeah.
And they so they had put on this that they were going to make this giant, crazy, super expensive insane festival. Like, it's supposed to be lavish, like 5-star, like VIP treatment for everybody.
Yeah.
And well, the island they chose just didn't have the infrastructure to be able to support this. They didn't have like running water. A lot of them didn't have electricity. They just didn't have the means to be able to do this, or the resources really.
Yeah.
And
or the space.
That's true. And they kind of like haphazardly try to put this together. And the people were coming in there stranded. Like, these are people that have been like 5-star like their entire life. Like, they've never known what it means to want or need for something. And they're coming into this. Basically, they would just give them like a mattress pad and a tent and be like, there you go. And their meals were like a ham sandwich with cheese. And it's just like,
I remember this.
It was just unheard of for these kind of people.
And they couldn't get off the island.
Yeah, and they were stuck, and they a lot of people lost their stuff, and the country just was not ready. Like, the infrastructure's not in place to be able to even deal with this.
I remember that. That was really crazy. I remember when that came out.
And so
they
had like they put in several $1 million into like tens of millions of dollars into this, and it just a lot of the vendors didn't get paid. Like, the people that did stuff didn't get paid. Of course, a lot of the people that were on the island didn't get paid.
Didn't the artists like just not go? That was
Yeah,
like one of the
it was-
issues. Is a lot of the artists canceled or something like that,
It was just a big case of fraud, pretty
yeah,
much.
it was it's just like it.
or they weren't actually going to be there.
They
or
were like
something
2 years behind schedule of what they needed to do, and they just said screw it, and they did it when they did, and it was just
Yeah, I feel like
bad.
it was an idea, and then like they were like, "Oh, we can do this in 6 months,"
Yeah,
versus like
the-
taking years to plan it.
The economy from the island that they did it on, it hasn't even recovered yet. Like, they
geez,
completely
really?
screwed it. Yeah, because they don't. These are people that don't really have that much already as it is.
Yeah,
and then they
kinda just took it all.
then for like so long they were working and they just didn't get paid for any of that. Like, they got screwed. So.
Dang, I remember that.
Well, Billy McFarland, he was a co-founder of it. He ended up facing 6 years in prison and 3 years on probation, and will be paying restitution of just more than $26 million for it. So, during the sentencing, Judge Buchwald called McFarland a serial fraudster, and adding that he has been dishonest for most of his life. So, in a statement to the court, McFarland, dressed in a green prison jumpsuit, said that the thing that has pushed me more than anything was fear of the Fyre Festival collapsing and of letting everyone down.
But he did that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. He got so on top of all of that, he also has to serve 1,000 hours of community service and either 6 months of house arrest or a minimal period of incarceration. So,
Wow. And this was recent?
yeah, no, this just
sentencing
happened
was
like
recent?
this just happened
Like a couple days ago,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
This or
Fyre Festival, though,
Fyre Festival was 6 years ago.
are you sure? Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
I'm pretty sure
remember-
it was when I was in high school.
You know, what's really odd is like I remember this is kind of when
I don't-
Snapchat maps first came out, and there was
No,
like
this
all
was
that.
2017.
Oh,
He got sentenced to 6 years in prison.
oh yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh, for some reason I definitely remember this in high school. Was there another something like this that happened?
There was some, I know what you're talking about. There was like a festival that like bombed. That was supposed to be
I was
really
definitely
cool.
thinking that.
But I remember this not too long ago.
Well, I remember this
Because,
one
like-
so much because, like, I watched a documentary series on it,
Mm.
like where they talked about, like I had said, like these vendors, and that's how I know, like, the people there are still not.
Well, like, and like their social media, their like campaign for it was like one of the greatest social media campaigns because
yeah.
it was literally just like
bunch of
Kendall
stars,
Jenner and
yeah.
like Bella Hadid, like a bunch of people just like posted a picture on their Instagram, and it was like Fyre, and then it had the logo, and that was it.
I remember
Like-
the reason why I remember this so well was just because of like Snapchat maps. I remember
Yeah.
it being a really big thing, like one of those events, like when you go to your maps and it pops up, and it's
Yeah.
just like all these videos of people just like
Well-
really like stressed out. And,
Yeah,
like,
because
on this
nothing was going-
island, that's what I remember.
Kind of like
from it.
TanaCon.
It was
Oh gosh.
It's also like the fact that these are a bunch of influential people there. Like
Yeah.
either it be Instagram
Yeah.
famous or whatever, and they're all on their social media, like
Yeah.
posting about it. So that's what. I mean, now I'm confused. Which one was I thinking about? It happened like when I was in high school. For some reason, I thought it was the Fyre Festival. I feel like Fyre Festival was a lot longer than just a year ago.
No, I remember it.
It does feel longer than that. I agree with you.
maybe I'm just getting old. And my
Maybe you
memory
and
is
I are
going.
thinking of the same one. I don't know.
Maybe. So yeah, $26 million paid out. I think in total they like damages and everything was like $100 million. So that doesn't really help.
That stinks.
That definitely doesn't help the people.
No, I feel bad more for the community that they kind of ruined.
Yeah,
than
but
anything.
you know they're not going to get
It's gonna take a long
they're not going to get much, if any, of this money.
Yeah.
It's mostly going to go to like the rich people that were
It's
that
gonna
could
be the people
afford
who
to
are-
sue. So
Yeah.
For real.
so that's I think he should get more than that. I think that's a lot.
Well, I mean,
Well, like fraud is what he pled guilty to. Like
But this is like
that.
like
a lot of
ruining an
money.
economy. Fraud.
Well, yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a lot of money.
Like, this isn't just like, I frauded a bunch of multimillionaires that could, like, take the hit and be okay. No, this is like an entire, islands, or, I don't know, are they cut up in, like, states like we are? I don't
It was an island.
I know, but, like,
I think it was in
They're-
like.
I don't
I
know
don't
how
think
they're
it was a
gonna-
big enough island to have a different.
yeah, but
I
it's
don't
just,
remember.
like, ruin that economy of that island. Like, those people are screwed for a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
I think it should have at least had to pay a certain amount of restitution to them, but it looks like it's not.
It was
so.
like in the Bahamas. So.
Yeah, it was in the Bahamas. But I don't know. Get off of that. Let's go to a lighter note and
Oh my
go to
gosh.
Emily.
Emily.
Yes.
ACL.
Austin city limits, baby.
How was it?
It was pretty good. I'd say overall, like, it was a really good experience. I've lived in Austin my whole life.
Yeah.
I've only been, I think, 3 or 4 times. This is my second time.
Okay.
Only been 3 or 4. I've never
But
been.
this is
Same.
my second time going all 3 days.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've typically only gone for a day, seen someone, I liked,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
because
it
I was
was-
younger and I couldn't really like drive myself, or
Yeah.
it's not as, I don't think it's as fun when you're younger.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I was sad that you weren't here Monday.
Yeah, pre-21, I wouldn't
We
want to
missed
go to
you.
those. I feel
Monday?
like it'd be
But-
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you weren't at work Monday. We missed you.
I know. I was alone.
oh,
Like,
Monday
Chardae
morning,
left.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was here this afternoon.
Remember? Because I
Yeah.
even texted you because Chardae left and Mary didn't come in and I was alone. And I was like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah, my car was being a little brat, but it's whatever.
The dang cold weather.
I know. So, yeah, I went the 12th through 14th. I went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it was pretty good. I kind of made a list of who I saw. It's pretty short. I didn't get to see that many people because, like you said, it is kind of hard to balance, like, who to go see. I would say this lineup did change a lot from, Childish Gambino leaving, them adding Lil Wayne to my
Yeah.
weekend, and then Phoenix to the other weekend.
Yeah.
So I was kind of disappointed with that because I really like Childish Gambino. But
So you didn't get to see him?
Childish Gambino, no.
my.
He canceled.
Did you see the Arctic Monkeys?
I did. Okay, so I was talking to Jared about this. Arctic Monkeys was my least favorite, and I was
Really?
very disappointed. And you know why? It's not because they're bad live. They sound
Yeah.
really great live. I guess whoever does their like stage presence, like
Yeah.
their lighting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They kept it very boring. It kind of
Yeah.
was this monotone yellow the whole time, and
Ew.
just like, I mean, they did some like red flashing lights, and they did like a few
not what
flashing
it
lights,
was
but
last
like
week when I saw them.
it was completely different than I expected, because I had expected, their headliner, like I expected
Yeah.
it to be like really big and really like pumped
Yeah.
up, and I listened to like 6 songs and left. Like,
Really? Yeah.
I was really disappointed with
That's
them.
not at all what they were.
And I
like when
liked them,
saw
so
them.
it like
It was a little
kind of upset
disappointing,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
But the polar opposite best one was obviously Travis Scott.
Obviously,
He brought out Shaquille O'Neal and Ty Dolla $ign.
My boy Shaq.
Love that.
Yes. No. Travis Scott was the only performance. Well, no, because I also stayed for other ones. But he was kind of one of the only artists that I was able to stay the whole time for. Just because, some of them are like, at the same time. Like, it ends
Yeah.
when it starts, and you kind of have to, like, move over.
You got to run.
But I saw all of Travis Scott, and it was so good. I was so impressed, and I was like, dang, I need to get tickets to
See,
Astroworld
I was
now.
about to say, that makes me excited for Astro
I want to
World.
go.
I know.
I want to go so
But
bad.
I do have a list of who else I saw.
Okay.
So on Friday,
Well,
so
can you rank them?
Yeah.
Can you rank them for us?
Sure. I don't really. I have to look to see to remember who
prepared,
I saw.
man.
I-
I'm kidding.
I have the app and I like
Dude,
saved who all I saw and everything.
There's an ACL app?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What?
There's a Warp Tour app too. I still have it.
What?
Warp Tour is over. It's done.
This is wild.
Yeah,
Never
ACL.
happening again. But
Yeah,
Never
so
say never.
I'm going to rank them by day and then just give an overall top 3 just
That
because
works.
it's going to be kind of hard to rank them all. But so Friday, I saw Khalid, Brockhampton, Hosier, Odessa, and Paul McCartney.
okay. And who was your favorite? Khalid.
So Khalid, yeah.
Obviously.
No, I mean, I expected Khalid to be my favorite.
Yeah.
He's such a cute little person, and
Yeah.
he does really well. He's really good at keeping the crowd really hyped up, and he just has a really good performance.
Over Sir Paul McCartney?
Okay, Paul McCartney obviously is legendary, and I don't know how this man had like literally a 2 hour and 15-minute set. 7:45 to 10 p.m.
Because he's a goat.
I know, because he has so much content. No, obviously, Paul McCartney was very good.
You don't
I
make
would
it this
say-
long being a bad performer.
True.
You can just tie Khalid and Paul McCartney because they're both very different,
Well,
but
it's
they're
like,
both very
yeah,
good.
It's like based on your taste. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
probably relate more with Khalid because, like,
I grew up, not grew up.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's only been like
You're
a year.
right.
too,
I like Paul McCartney because I'm old, dude. Like, I get it.
well, I think
Oh
that
my
like
gosh.
the way that we experience music is like different from like, okay, not to like go there, but like when Mac Miller died, it was sad because like
Yeah, I cried.
listening, like you listen to that music and like
Mm-hmm.
times of your life that you remember versus like you may have listened to Paul McCartney like a couple times when you were younger because your parents did.
Yeah,
you know?
my cousin, we mainly went to Paul McCartney. Like, I'm not saying I didn't really care for it. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see him because he is so legendary. But my cousin grew up listening to the Beatles. The Beatles are her favorite. She listens to that era even now, and
That
so that
Beatles
was
and
kind of like
Beyond.
for her kind of thing.
Plug Moment Show. It's on Wednesdays.
Oh my
Beatles and
gosh.
Beyond.
Okay, well, so after them, I'd honestly probably tie Brockhampton and Odessa.
Really?
Just because they're also very different, but they're both really good performers. Odessa is just really cool. Their stage presence was awesome.
I've heard some.
Was awesome. It was very visual. It was very. The lighting was really great. The sound was really great. They honestly just did a really great job. Brockhampton, they obviously just keep you hyped the whole time. So.
Yeah, one of my friends is a really big.
And then I
Brockhampton
don't
fan,
want to
so.
put Hosier last because, like, obviously I love him, but
Yeah.
it's just more of a. Honestly, it kind of made me sad during ACL. Like,
Take
I've
me to
listened to
church.
his music when I'm sad, and so
Yeah.
like when I was like standing there, I was like, wow, this is really like not bumming me, but I was like, man, I'm getting sad now. So
Like, gotta go.
that's kind of who all I saw Friday. Moving on to Saturday, I got there probably around 3 that day. It takes forever to get through the lines.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And typically in the mornings, it's a lot harder to get there earlier just because I'm so tired from the night before.
Man, at these giant festivals, is the line like, does it take you like an hour to get in? Or?
Honestly, it moved pretty fast, probably 30 to 45
Oh,
minutes.
that's not that bad.
But it's just because other people, like there's a no bag line and a bag line, and obviously the no bag line is a lot smaller, but people get in that with bags, and then that's kind of what holds
So
you
like
up.
people like break the rules and it just like doesn't.
Yeah,
do good for
everyone
anyone.
breaks the rules there.
Wow.
Okay,
So which rules did you break?
I'm trying to think if I broke any.
No outside food or drink.
I brought in a bottle of water. It was $12.50 in the place. I'm sorry.
Honestly,
No,
no.
actually, water is $2 there, and if you bring
Awesome.
your own,
Fantastic.
it's free.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah,
actually.
they're actually really good with water.
Yeah, good for them.
Well,
because
good.
we had
It's-
talked about.
Austin is like heat stroke capital. So
Well, we
There
had-
was a lot of people that got heat stroke.
Yeah, well, we had talked about a lot of these festivals. Like that was a number one killer. Like that was killing people was just the heat. So I'm glad that they made it like water
Yeah,
easily
Camelback.
available.
Camelback sponsors it, and if
Awesome.
you
Yeah,
That's
any
dope.
reusable water, they just fill up. Even if you buy the $2, because one day I forgot my water bottle, so I bought a $2 water, drank that, and just kept using that bottle for the rest of the day.
Fantastic. Yeah, see that at least I was expecting to be like $8.50 like it was at like normal concert venues. So that's
I
awesome.
will say the food is very expensive. A slice
yeah,
of pizza is
always.
$11.
Always though.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We went, when I went to ACL with my roommate, we got, or ACL, Warp Tour, we got, like chicken tenders.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 tenders and then like some fries. and I ordered 2 of those, and it was $24. And I was like, this is like a couple large pizzas, but okay.
It's just like when we had gone to the Paramore concert. I was thirsty. I had to go get a bottle of water. 16-ounce bottle of water cost me $8.50.
He like sold something to get that water.
I will say, I got the cops called over on me.
Ooh,
that is one thing that happened.
What'd you do? You stealing?
No, so
she stealing?
So what happened was I literally go up to the bar. I just wanted to get, a drink. I'm 21. I'm of the legal age.
Yeah.
I walk up. I hand them my ID because they look at every single person's.
Yeah.
And they looked at it for a really long time, and I was like, oh, man, they're going to think it's like a fake.
Yeah.
And then they asked me to smile, and I was like, okay. And she was like, well, something looks different. And I was like, well, I dyed my hair.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, well, you also have a middle part. And I was like, yeah, that's probably why. And they used a light. I'm guessing in your ID there's something that you can see with only a light. And they used that. They looked at it. Then they called the cop over because I guess they couldn't see it. And then he literally looks at it and he's like, you're good. But I was like, are you kidding me?
This is ridiculous. Like, I had this conversation with Lance I feel like it was last week. I don't know if
that happened 3 times. They looked at my ID for so long.
We did talk about it last
I look
week.
young, but
the thing is, the Texas IDs are nearly impossible to replicate with all the watermarks.
Oh, they have so many things.
Yeah,
they have
that's
the see-through whole Texas. They have stuff on the inside. And I was like,
everything is there. It's a real license, and it has real wear and tear on it.
Well, yeah.
Mine. I know that mine is sideways, and that's kind of different for someone newly 21. But I just wanted to get a new picture, so I just went ahead and got it.
We talked about it last week because the same thing happened to me when me and my friend went to the Arctic Monkeys concert. We didn't drink, but they asked for our IDs, and so I showed him. He showed him his ID. Fine. Looked through it. Fine. Everything was fine. Then I showed them mine, and we both have the one that's just up and down.
Yeah.
And he looked at it, and then she looked at it with a light. And then she looked at it and looked at me again, and I was like, I have the same hairstyle that I did 6 years ago. What are you doing? And then she scanned it again with her light, and then looked at the guy that was standing next to her, and she was like, is this good? And he looks like, yeah. And then lets me go in, and I was just like...
Maybe she was just new and just kind of nervous.
Maybe so.
I just know at ACL, they're, really, really big on it. Yeah. It's because there's a guy next to me, and he had an ID, and they were like, this is fake. They had the guy come over, and he was like, this is fake. And then the guy was like, no, it's not. And he was like, I can either give you this ID back, you walk away, or I call the cops over, and if it's fake, they cut off your wristbands and escort you out.
Wow.
And then he was like, I'll just take the ID. So obviously it was a fake.
Yeah. Well, when we go to the bar on Thursdays, my roommate's ID doesn't scan. But she's almost 22.
Mine does now, though.
They didn't have the scanner. That's what the real cop would do if it didn't get past the first cop. But yeah, anyways, that was kind of my little weird happening.
After working in a bar, it's so... As a bouncer, it's so easy to see what's a fake license and what's not. And like I said, Texas is extremely hard to replicate.
Yeah, that's why everyone gets out-of-state fakes.
Exactly. So it's just
wow.
After there's about 10 different things that's spot on a Texas license. If you can see the first 5, you're fine.
Yeah.
And if the black light comes up, yeah, you're completely fine. It
was kind of weird.
Because if you put the black light, you'll see this. Your photo goes through. It has the date of birth, stuff on that, man. Everything. That's kind of ridiculous to me. But
well, anyways, back to the music. So
we don't
Saturday,
talk about music on this podcast. What do you mean?
Anyways, whatever. So on Saturday, I saw Churches, Lil Wayne, Metallica, and a little bit of Justice as I was leaving.
So how was that Metallica, by the way?
Metallica was really cool. I had to sit down at that point. My legs were pretty shot, so I sat down and watched it. But everyone there was watching Metallica.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a crowd over at Justice because Justice was at the same time. But yeah, everyone was watching Metallica, and it was very good.
You sat down on the one band that you stand up.
No, I was so tired. It wasn't even because I still wanted to watch.
I'm just harassing you.
I know, but I guess on that day, I think Metallica was probably my number one. I'd say Churches was my number two. That is a long time band I've wanted to see. Whenever their first single or EP, The Mother We Share, came out, my brother had sent it to me. And so that was kind of like our little band for a while that me and my brother would send
That's cute.
each other updates about. So I put it on my Snapchat story and I said, this one's for you. And I added them for The Mother We Share. But, I mean, yeah.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Sibling goals, but whatever. Anyways, Churches was so amazing. She, you know, kind of she would take breaks a lot. Like, I know artists take breaks and kind of talk, but she was very real in her breaks, and she was talking about, like, the condition the world was in and just kind of, like, how she was feeling about stuff like that. Which, yeah, Boff's
Are you about to
getting
cry?
kinda-
What? No, I'm great. What are you talking about?
Oh, my gosh. Anyways,
Whoa.
so that was really cool. I felt like it's always cool hearing artists from different countries and their accents kind of when they take away from singing. Everyone to me when they sing sounds English and American. So I don't know if that's a bad thing, but yeah, no, I love just like their, you know, she's going crazy the whole time, dancing. She was like, I love that y'all are just watching me in my stupid pink dress dance around, and I was just like, yeah, same. Anyways, yeah, no, so they were definitely up there. And then I'd say probably for next is Lil Wayne, obviously. Lil Wayne. I mean, he just came out with his new album.
The Carter 5.
And okay, surprisingly, he only had a 50-minute set.
Really?
Which is very weird. He was not there for long, but it was good. And then
well, he was also kind of one of the last minute artists.
Oh,
right?
very last
So
minute.
that's probably why.
Yeah, they probably just kind of
got him a time slot.
Yeah, so.
Here you go.
And then Justice, I heard them as I was leaving. I didn't realize I had known them as well as I did, because when I got in the car, I looked them up, and I was like, I have like 6 of their songs saved on my Spotify.
No, that's me. That's me listening to Paramore. I was like, dude,
he was like, I didn't know this song was by Paramore, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
Really?
Sorry, guys. Like,
I'd say Saturday was probably my least favorite day, not because of the artist, but I was just kind of bored that day. I guess because the newness of Friday kind of wore off. My feet were already starting to get tired.
You're like, man, this sucks.
Yeah, and it was hot. It was significantly hotter. Friday was so nice. It was cloudy. It was breezy. It was good. Saturday was kind of cloudy, kind of breezy. Sunday, I almost died. Like, it was so unbelievably hot.
And then Monday, it is 34 degrees.
Yeah, it was a very weird switch. So I'd have to say Sunday was definitely my favorite day. There was a lot of people. I had 2 people just puke in front of me, so that was cool.
That's hot.
Yeah, so I helped them, and I brought them trash cans over, and I tried to give them water and stuff, because I'm the mom of the festival. You know, that was a day I was like, I'm not drinking today. It was so hot.
And it's not like LJT where you can just bring in your Yetis, right? And just sit on them.
No. There's none of that.
Unless you get VIP, you ain't sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I got there earlier on Sunday, and I saw Arizona. I've wanted to see them for a really long time, and they're really good as well. Trying to see who else I saw. So I kind of just stayed at so they have different stages. They have like 6 different stages at ACL. And I kind of stayed at the Honda stage all day. So I saw Arizona, and then we stayed for X Ambassadors, and then we stayed for Shawn Mendes.
Okay.
And then after Shawn Mendes, we stayed for Arctic Monkeys, and after Arctic Monkeys, we moved to Travis Scott. Honestly, I feel like this is a pretty hard one to rank. Arizona, I only got to see the end. Obviously Travis. Travis is my first one. We've already established that one. That was great. But then I saw the end of Arizona, so I didn't really get to see that much, because I wanted to see the whole thing of Arizona. I got there, but the line was so bad that day, so I kind of missed it, which was sad. But I saw my favorite song, so that was the only thing I really
What's your favorite song?
Cross My Mind.
Okay.
By Arizona.
Okay.
So they did pretty well. So I wouldn't say that they were probably not be my last. I mean, they'll probably be my last just because I didn't get to see them that much, but I still love them. Actually, no, Arctic Monkeys is my last. We already established that. Sorry, they're on the same day.
That makes me sad, because they were really good when I saw them.
See, that's
And it was a completely different stage setup.
I feel like they're better when they're doing their own thing.
Yeah, well, in a ballroom. Or
yeah,
you know, they have
and
the
there
freedom
was
to
this girl
do.
in front of me that was on something else.
See, that's what, when we were talking about it yesterday, you said they weren't that good, and it was like, well, I switched back to Chardae just a week prior, and she was saying how amazing of a concert it was.
I bet they're just you know, I mean, I get it. It's kind of like a big area, and you probably have to follow some of the rules. But just like seeing like Shawn Mendes, like he had different lighting stuff. He had different visionary stuff on the screens and stuff like that. And
Did Travis?
yes, no, obviously
Of course.
Travis.
Based off the production of Astroworld, like the music video put in like
It
sicko
was
mode and
so
others, come
amazing.
on.
I didn't realize I would like Travis Scott that much. That I had that good of a time.
I have to admit, did he play a lot of his new stuff?
No, he played Sicko Mode. That's the only one he
Okay.
I think he's leaving it to Astro.
Yeah, I was about to say, you just got to keep that one because that thing is a banger.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I did hear Illenium while I was waiting for Arctic Monkeys. I think it's just like EDM dance music. I don't really know who he is, but he did a pretty good job. It was a lot of like popular remixes. Shawn Mendes, I was so surprised by. And I kind of just like fell in love with him in that concert because he is so good live. You can tell he is so genuine. He has a really good stage presence. And honestly, he's just like a really cute person. Like the way he was like interacting with the crowd, like, I don't know. He's definitely like a heartbreaker type boy. And it was just like, I was like, man, I get why I used to like Justin Bieber. Because there was like 12-year-olds there like, oh my gosh.
You got that Justin Bieber, please believe it.
Yeah, so I was very impressed with Shawn Mendes. I was very surprised. I didn't want to watch him. I didn't want to sit through it, but my cousin, was ex-ambassador Shawn Mendes, then Arctic Monkeys, so we kind of had to wait anyways. So I was very impressed. And then ex-ambassadors, they honestly did an amazing job. I liked them more than I did when I got there. Not that I never did like them. I only knew a few of their songs, but I had a really newfound respect for them because they played really well. Sunday it was so hot I kind of sat on the outskirts of the crowd, but I had a really good view, so it was still fine. But my cousin wanted to be kind of in it, and he kind of stood up in front of them and got in the crowd right in front of her, and he crowd surfed and was just like it was pretty good. So I think Sunday overall was my favorite. Obviously there's also the food of ACL. It's all ACL locals and it's pretty good. I don't know if I go for the food or the music.
I was about to say festivals typically have like the best foods. Them and fairs.
Well,
I do kind of wish though that there was an age limit on ACL because it's a lot of like, I don't know. I kind of felt uncomfortable that there's like a lot of like 14-year-old girls like acting like they were 20.
For sure.
And it was kind of bothering me because I felt like it just made me sad. Like there was these two girls sitting next to us while we were eating and they looked maybe 12, 13 and they were dressing like they were 20. And it's not even that because, I think whatever, girls should wear whatever they want. But they were like, they took selfies for like 45 minutes. She was like, I look so ugly right now. Like I just felt like their childhood was kind of taken from them. And it made me so sad.
Yeah.
I've
that
definitely
we lived in this
noticed
society.
that, like, look at pictures of me when I was like 12, and I kind of compare it to like pictures of like 12-year-olds, quote unquote, now.
Yeah, like wearing puppy sweaters, wearing weird sequins. I wore like khakis with like striped shirts.
I'm like, bro, I was wearing polos and cargo shorts. You're over here like in Supreme or like Gucci, like this crazy
and the weirdest
designer stuff.
The weirdest part that bothered me was that one of the little girls, like she was wearing like this crop top and she was like, oh, I have to pull it down a little bit. And I was like, you are like 12.
God.
It made me so sad. It just made me sad.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I would just be
me
like, come on, man.
It made me sad. I felt, but I do wish it was kind of like, I don't think it necessarily has to be 18 and up. I think maybe 16 and up. But they do have Austin Kitty limits there too, which I'm sure why there's a lot of presence there of children. They have this whole little area kind of next to the wine lounge, and it's just for kids. They have all these kids activities, and I think if you're under 12, you get in for free. I could be wrong, but
well, I'm under 12.
I don't know. I just see, at least 16, because at 16 you're at least allowed, like legally, to go out and do whatever.
Yeah.
It's that like limbo time where you're no longer a child. Like I feel like having a 12 or 13-year-old,
and they were
like,
just by themselves.
Yeah,
no
that's
parents.
what I'm saying.
Like, it was weird,
unsupervised at like that large of an event.
It just made me worried. I don't know, mom mode.
I was about to say, like me as a dad, like if I ever become a father, I'm just like, man, that would irk me. There
was a mom sitting next to us on the other side of us, and she had her son and daughter there that were around the same age, and she looked like a normal kid. Like, she was not trying to impress anyone.
Boom.
And I was just like, and you can tell that
about
she
that.
kind of felt the same way. Like, they were taking, they took so many selfies, which, like, I'm fine with. It doesn't matter, like, but it just made me sad.
Yeah. I feel like as a parent, I definitely would not allow my child at that if I'm not there. Because, like, that's a little too much.
It wouldn't bother me as much if their parents were, like, right there and they were, like, with them the whole time.
See,
But
I was, the first time I went to it wasn't even like a big concert, like a big thing. I was 16 and I still felt uncomfortable.
yeah.
And I'm talking, I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I just felt it was kind of weird.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, overall, I think it was a really great weekend. I had a really good time. I saw some really good people. There's more people I wish I would have seen. I really want to go next year, but I feel like this is the last year I can go kind of guilt-free because I got to get in that big world, get
Yeah.
that big girl job. So
You'll be able to buy the VIP pass next time. You
Oh,
don't have to worry about
gosh.
nothing. You'll be able to sit in your own little lounge, just hang out,
Oh,
and
my
get through that
gosh.
speedy lines.
yeah, but it was a good time. I had a really good time.
Huh? Well, glad to hear it. Thank you for coming in and talking about
Oh
it.
yeah, of course.
guess
Yeah, you
we'll-
can get out now.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, whatever.
We'll get back into some.
See how they treat me.
We'll get
I
back
mean-
into some of this music news. So the late 90s media player Winamp is going to make a comeback in 2019. So if you haven't been around Winamp, it was like kind of like the original, like it came about a little bit before iTunes, and it was like where you would go, like the original Spotify, YouTube thing, kind of like where you had all your music. So it's been around for about a millennium, and the platform was the go-to MP3 player for music plans. And after being purchased by AOL in 1999, it rapidly began to fall behind services such as iTunes Music and the other streaming sites. So it still operates today, but it hasn't been updated in 2013. And now the new owners, the new owners have reported by TechCrunch that they will be coming a completely new updated system by 2019. It's going to be revamped, relaunched for both desktop and mobile services in 2019. So this is first big update since 2013 for this. So it's very interesting to see what's going to come out from it. Meanwhile, on the other side,
Well, wait. So Winamp, was it like a streaming? Like, could you stream off of it, or was it kind of like LimeWire, where you could like download music?
it was like LimeWire in a respect that it was just a repository of music. It was like Spotify.
Like LimeWire without the viruses.
Well, yeah. Well, at the very beginning, if I remember right, it was kind of like open source. So you like type in the music in the song, and it would find it from other sites and it would play it.
Oh, that's
okay, cool.
So that's how it like was at the very beginning. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to change. I'm curious because I know they kind of went to FLAC for a little bit. So if y'all don't know what FLAC is, it's the highest quality of a digital media file. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see it.
how it's changed.
I like
Yeah.
to see. I always like to see advancements and see stuff. So, meanwhile, the streaming giant Spotify recently has tripled the number of songs that they can be downloaded for offline listening on devices. It used to be 3,333 tracks, and is now 10,000 tracks.
Wow.
Yes, thank you.
So
Well, see, I don't ever download music from Spotify.
I download.
Well, I guess I do actually. Like when I save it to my playlist, I have that check to where like I can listen to it when I'm
on my
offline.
Prime, I download it. My entire Prime playlist is downloaded on my
Yeah, I
phone.
have it downloaded, so just in case I go out of service when I'm
Yeah,
driving,
me
it'll
too.
still work.
So while we're on the news about our streaming services, you might have noticed that yesterday YouTube might have been down for a couple hours.
For me.
So users around the world had been reported videos not working, inability to log into their accounts, and blank pages. YouTube acknowledged that the outage in a statement on its official Twitter account. It says, "Thanks for your reports on YouTube, YouTube TV, and YouTube Music access issues. We're working on resolving this, and we'll let you know once it is fixed. And we apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused, and we'll keep you updated." So the outage was tracked using the down detector, and it showed that users in Europe, Japan, East and West Coast of the United States were particularly affected with these outages, which began at 9:16 p.m. EDT. So the outage lasted for just over an hour, and before services began to resume around the world, but some were a little bit slower than others. And when it was finally done, YouTube later tweeted, "We're back. Thank you all for the patience, and if you continue your experiences, please let us know."
Yeah, it happened to me right when I started watching the
I was
Shane
gonna
Dawson
say
series.
the only reason that I knew I didn't get on YouTube yesterday, but the only reason I knew it was down was because Shane Dawson tweeted like, "Is everyone else's YouTube being weird, or is it just my crappy service?" And I'm like, if you're Shane
Everyone was like,
Dawson,
"You
you have a
broke
crappy
YouTube."
service. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Did he break it? I haven't watched the new one.
I didn't really think about it, but YouTube isn't just a streaming service anymore. They also have the
it's
YouTube
music
Music
and
and that
TV.
YouTube TV. I didn't really
Do
think
you
about.
use YouTube Music?
I
don't.
I
think that's
used
a
it for 3
premium
months.
Yeah.
I used it for the free trial.
I don't know. For me, like, I remember when YouTube used to like just be music, and then like
I do too.
I don't think. I mean, like when I want to watch a music video, that's where I'll go. But like
Yeah,
when I'm
same.
listening to music, first place I go to Spotify.
Yeah, I agree.
I still use YouTube for a lot of my music. So I don't know. I had YouTube Red for about 3 months until I just like ran out of money.
Yeah, I had YouTube Red for the free trial just to watch PewDiePie's series.
I never used YouTube Red because I didn't know what it was really.
Well,
Like
I
their
think
TV.
it's yeah.
And music now.
but I didn't
Basically-
want to pay for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
did.
the only
It was
thing.
cool because you could download like videos and music to watch later, like offline.
Oh, and you can close the app and
Oh
it'll
yeah,
still
that as
play.
well.
Okay, I remember when YouTube used
And
to
then
do that.
you can also
Like-
there's also like other like videos, movies, and some stuff. And plus, like now with that YouTube TV, you kind of get like
You get free extra content.
yeah, you get like actual TV channels.
and like there's like certain shows that are or like YouTube Red.
yeah,
Like there's certain shows that are
PewDiePie
only on YouTube
has
Red.
his,
Exactly.
and that's what I watched. It
Or
for.
there's a lot. If you notice, there's YouTube. There's a lot of the content. There's like premium content. Like a lot of people that just make videos on YouTube. They have like there's the free option, like where you
Yeah.
can just watch it, and then but there's also that like you can become a subscriber of this or a patron of this.
Like Patreon, yeah.
yeah, and you can like
I
pay
did notice-
$4.99 a month to get extra content.
Well,
with
yeah.
them.
Well, one of the podcasts that I listen to,
Access to,
and
like,
then
live shit.
one of my favorite show, well, not favorite shows, but like shows on YouTube. Like, it's coming back, but it's like it's because I love drag queens, so it's like it's like and it's like by these drag queens, and like they're having it on Wow Presents. And like you can download the app and like pay like whatever, like $5 a month for it, but then it'll be on YouTube like censored like a week later. So
Yeah.
like they're using the like I think
I
a lot
mean, I
of
also think
forms
it's
are trying
cool
to do that
for
now.
YouTube Red, like a lot of YouTubers that have channels and they make the extra content. I mean, like the only one I really know is PewDiePie, obviously. So like
Who's
on
PewDiePie?
his PewDiePie, the most, I don't know, whatever it is. But anyways, they like create the content for YouTube Red, like his production of like his TV show, and like you can watch like the first episode or two for free, and then if you like
Yeah.
it, you pay, which I think is smart.
Yeah, I like
Liza
that.
Koshy's does that too. Like you can watch her
Oh,
first
yeah,
couple
she does
episodes
that.
I
of
know
her show.
a
and then-
big show is the Cobra Kai show, which is
Oh.
basically the
It's Karate Kid.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's them grown up. I know that one's a big one on YouTube Red. I watched when I had it. I ended up watching one I watched a video that was put on by Rooster Teeth. And
Yeah.
had my boy Thad Castle in it, so I
Oh my
definitely
gosh.
watched that.
I
And
only watched it right when it started, so I haven't checked it.
I haven't really got it, or like I said, like I ran out of money at the time, and I just like I never renewed it. But I had noticed like a lot of my nerd videos, I guess, like that explain like how things work or what things are doing. They have like their live streams is only for like their subscriber, like who pay for the content.
Yeah.
Like they can get in that live stream, and he would answer your questions like live on air. So
Yeah, that's cool.
stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. But
Yep, I agree. Sports news.
let's hear what we got.
Just quick stuff. The NBA's back.
Dang right.
Absolutely. If you don't know, now you know. Bopp is a Rockets fan.
I want to see Harden with
All
Carmelo Anthony.
day.
I am excited.
I am a Warriors fan. I am a decently like the Trailblazers, but I'm a Raptors fan.
I was about to say Raptors.
Yeah, I'm a Toronto fan. And then I like the Mavericks too. I like the Mavericks and the Spurs, but
I like the Mavericks and the
I'm gonna go-
Spurs when they're not playing
exactly.
the Rockets.
I mean, I'll cheer for Texas all day long as
Dang
as they're
right.
not playing my teams. Like I literally went to a Rangers game in my Blue Jays stuff. I went to a
Oh my God.
Stars game in my Maple Leaf stuff. But you know what? Canada won both those games, so don't even hate.
Great in the American
The great
Baseball
state
League.
of Canada.
Hey.
whatever it is.
North America. And then my fantasy league, I'm doing great right now.
You said that you're officially 1-5 on that, right?
Yeah. So like the family league, I was just like giving up. Like I'm not trying anymore. But my stepbrother, he was like 5-0 last week. He was like, nobody can touch me. And then this week he was like, Chardae might beat me. And I said, I doubt it. I spanked him by like 20 points. And I was like, it's my first win.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
1-5 and he's 5-1. So that's cool. And then I'm like the Cowboys on my other one, 3-3, which it's not great, but I'll take it.
I was like, hey, it's better
I'm
than a losing
0-0
record.
because I haven't done that.
This is the first year I've played, so like,
Yeah, I want to get
I'm
in on
learning that
It's
it's
just-
a commitment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always
You
kind of
have
like
to-
wanted to get into it,
Yeah.
but I've theory crafted for like other things, and I'm sitting down, I'm looking at it, I was like, that's the amount of time and effort that's going to take. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
You have to
Theory
really get
crafted.
into it. Like you almost have
I
to
love
like
that term.
watch every game too, because you're like, oh, this player's injured now. Yeah, let me pull them out before this game starts or whatever. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had like Sunday morning. My dad had to text me at like 11:15, and the game started at 12, and it was like, one player was like on injured reserve, and the other one was inactive. And I was like, oh crap, let me fix that real quick. But
Yeah.
worked out.
That's
I won.
pretty cool.
So, but yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what's going to happen this weekend.
Oh,
Because of the Llano River. Does Kingsville have a way around the Llano River?
I don't know.
Because it broke the bridge.
Well, first of all, luckily there's no airplanes in the area, so we're not worried
Can
about
we
that.
talk about how Tarleton is 6-0?
I was just about to say the most important sports news.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Is
is-
Kingsville this weekend going to be able to make it, or are they going to have to forfeit? That's what I'm kind of
The
wondering.
worst
I
comes to
mean-
worst, they'll hop on a plane. They'll get here.
It's going to rise 10 more feet, which
That's
is
crazy,
nuts.
number
Let me
one.
put it like when we went to, we ended up going to like Massachusetts, I think, or Minnesota. It was one of the M's. We had to end up flying there because they were going through a blizzard.
Yeah.
I mean, we still made
I
it.
would fly there anyways.
Yeah,
though.
they're probably... I'm just interested to see what happens.
They'll make it. They'll make it.
Speaking of other Texas, UT is still undefeated.
Boy.
Ooh, that's actually pretty.
I'm
that's actually,
impressed.
I'm actually happy about that. I know UT hasn't been a powerhouse for what, like 8 years.
My dad works
Easily
for
since I was
UT,
in-
so I gotta
since
rep.
when I was in high school, they weren't doing like really, really great. So I mean that's kind of cool. I like that. I always like to see
The
when I
underdog.
see A&M, when I see UT, our big Texas schools. I always get excited because I got that Texan pride when it comes to football. We are the best state for football. I don't care what you say, Oklahoma,
Kingsville is
California,
also
them.
undefeated.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so this weekend, whoever wins, we're both fighting for that.
Well,
spot.
that was last week too. No,
Well-
Kingsville's
no?
2-5.
Yeah.
Wait, who's this weekend then? It's Kingsville, right?
It's Kingsville this weekend. Last weekend it was.
That's when we were fighting
Yeah,
for the spot.
we
and
yeah,
we got
and
it.
we won.
spanked them.
We won.
We
I'm
didn't
so
just win.
proud.
I
I'm
know.
honestly like, man, I'm proud of
Guys,
our
I
team.
know I say this every time, but oh man, it makes me excited because I see my team that I played for, and I think they might be better than us
We're number 9.
in the nation.
in the nation of D2 schools,
yeah, in
Oh,
the nation.
dang.
not in the state.
We're,
I thought it was
we're
in the
number,
state.
We're number 1 in our conference. We're number 9 in the
Nation. As in all of America.
correct.
Wow.
Like, when I
I'm
played,
impressed.
When I played, I think we peaked at 15. So I'm excited.
Yeah, we were excited about 12, and now we're at 9.
We're 6-0 right now. Let's see. In conference, we're 5-0. So like no one can touch us in conference.
Don't say
and
that.
then,
It's
well,
too early.
well, but I mean, everyone
So far,
else.
no one's touched us.
Yeah.
Knock on that wood.
Okay. Whoa. Well, like
I'm very superstitious when it comes to sports.
I'm not
man.
superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
When I play,
Um,
man.
Well, but I mean,
so
even if we
much.
were to lose a game, like Midwestern is arguably doing the best in conference, and they're 4-1. So like,
Yeah, but they've only have one
or
loss.
like,
So if we lose once in a conference, they're on the same with us.
no, we would be 5-1 if they win this weekend.
Well-
but we play Midwestern for their homecoming. So.
Well, plus they're going to have. Remember, we might be 5-0, but it's not all in conference. We're talking in
no,
conference.
no,
game.
we're 5-0 in conference.
How many games
We're
left are there?
6-0. They're 4-1.
That's what I'm saying. They're 4-1. So if
Yeah.
they beat us, we're
tied.
yeah,
We'd be tied.
we'd be co-conference.
But we don't
champs.
play them until later on. We play them for their homecoming, which I
Gotcha.
kind of want to go to that game, but I'll be home that weekend.
against Midwestern. Oh man,
But
How many games are there
Kingsville,
left?
we played Midwestern State in AT&T Stadium, and that was amazing.
I want to go to that game if we do.
That was-
We
that
have
was
like
great.
3 games left, Emily. So
I honestly really hope we go undefeated this season. I think that'd be very cool, very good last senior year.
we'll see. Commerce.
Very good, my gosh.
We played Commerce like last week, and I think Commerce ended up beating Midwestern. And so,
Well, we had this thing with, like, when we were undefeated.
yeah, Commerce beat Midwestern barely.
When we
So-
were undefeated, like Eastern New Mexico State, for some reason, like they were doing really bad. For all of a sudden, they were almost like, for some reason, they were almost.
I
Conference
wonder
champs
what
with us.
happened. I really
We
want to
beat them
know what
48-28.
switched.
I feel like they lit a fire under their butts because, like,
Well, okay, so it's all. I know we no longer have Zeke as quarterback. It's a new, so there's a new offense.
but the new
around
quarterback's doing pretty good.
Yeah, no,
He's
he's doing
doing really good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm saying they've made changes in their offensive system to better utilize the players that they have, and they have done a fantastic job. And we haven't, knock on wood again, we haven't had that many injuries. That always
Yeah.
helps. We're
Last
a
year we had
healthy
a lot.
team.
Yeah,
we are a healthy
we
team.
did.
We are a young team. When we're going to
Yeah,
grow.
being a young team isn't always good, but in this, it's working out pretty well in this case. So.
Yeah, but it is good if you start out well because you can only grow.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I agree, 100%. So
I'm
excited.
impressed.
And then let's see, we play Kingsville this weekend. We're playing at Midwestern next weekend. The weekend after, we're playing in Stephenville, but it's versus a Missouri team, and then it's Western New Mexico in Stephenville. So
I'd say our biggest ones to look out for is going to be MSU. They're always typically a powerhouse, and that Western or is it Western New Mexico? Is
yeah,
that what
yeah,
it was?
because we've already played Eastern New Mexico.
I will.
Whew. This Missouri's team is nothing to Lincoln, Missouri. They
Hey,
are
weren't you
2-5 right now.
Weren't you 0-5 and you beat your brother?
Oh yeah.
So
Okay,
So,
but like,
anything can happen.
but no, but I mean,
No.
like, they're not even scoring high.
Odds-wise,
we
but
we have
we
the
don't know
odds.
what's gonna happen.
I know. In
I
sport,
think-
the moment you let your guard down, you're like, oh, we got this. Is the moment you
Well,
lose.
no, I don't think we should do that at all. I just also want to like applaud the way that we've been playing all
Well-
season because
well,
like
go back down.
our lowest scoring game has been 35 points. Like
Well-
we put 35
Well,
points. on
it
the
doesn't
board.
even matter. That Missouri team doesn't matter because they're not LSC.
No, they're not. In
So
our
that at
conference,
least
so.
won't affect our like.
Well,
It'll affect our national rankings, but it won't affect our. We just need to look out for. We got MSU in the Western New Mexico.
New Mexico, yeah.
Like I said, when I was back, like Eastern New Mexico was supposed to be terrible, but they almost got us in conference somehow. So those are the ones to look out for. I think we've got this. I hope we do.
well, Western New Mexico is 0-6 right now.
They lost
So-
all games.
They've
Well,
lost all of their games.
Again-
They lost 0-52 from Angelo State.
Again, they better not get cocky because the moment they're like, oh, this is because that's our last game, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the moment
The moment our team is just
the
like,
moment
oh,
our
we
team's
got
like,
this.
oh, put in the second teams. It's okay. Let's
See, that,
let's keep our first string healthy because
Yeah.
we're going to the playoffs. So
that's why I think it's a good thing that like we're scoring high because that means that they're not giving up. Like
Yeah, no, I agree.
we're scoring
our offense
high,
is doing
and our
great right now.
and our
defense
defense
is
both of them are powerhouses.
I think
Yeah.
they should,
we have the number one offense, I think, or number one defense. One of those.
I think they should forget about our ranking and just
Yeah.
make everything a clean slate.
well, absolutely.
Like,
and like
not
it's
think
just-
about
it's
the team they're
hard.
playing.
It's
Yeah,
just
no, I
hard
get
to
it
do that
because
as a
y'all
player.
hype each other up by being like, oh, they've lost
Yeah.
all their games. Like,
but
let's.
that's not even.
But honestly-
there's not. They're going to see it that we're about to go in the playoffs. They're going to want to rest their first stringers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
Well-
Or injuries. Like, gosh.
Well, this happened at the Cowboys game this weekend because like it was like 40-7, and like at some point Jason Garrett just like put Cooper Rush in, and it was like go ahead and just go out there and just throw the ball a couple times. Because, like he's our second string quarterback, but,
Yeah.
there's no point. They're not going to come back from a 40-7 deficit. And,
that makes sense, but not starting out with your
No, absolutely not.
No,
they'll if they're smart, they'll start their starters.
Yeah, they're
then,
good. They need to get that big lead. They need to make to just make them give up, and then as soon as they give up, put in the second string.
Yeah.
Let them have a great time. Rest your first string. Make sure they stay healthy. Keep them healthy. You know.
Honestly, in conference, we're looking good. Our only competition looks to be Midwestern. Everyone else is doing pretty crappy in conference. So 0-4, that's not gonna help us. So if we just keep playing like we're playing right now, I'm seeing playoffs.
All I can say is, Colorado School of Mines, we're looking at you. We're gonna see you, and we're gonna beat you.
Oh my gosh.
That was who we were supposed to play, but we never got to play because of the ice apocalypse. And that's also, fun fact, my father's alma mater, so we got to beat him.
Ooh. Little rivalry there.
So, man, I'm excited. I know we're going to do well. I hope we do well.
Homecoming.
It's going to be great. Homecoming week.
Love
Excited.
Homecoming week.
Make sure to stay tuned. Remember, we still got our Spoopy Fest coming up because of
Yes.
Halloween.
That's next week. Wait, no, that's the week after.
I was about to say
on
it's a week next.
Halloween.
I was like, next week's like the
Maybe
24th.
we'll invite Emily back for a segment.
Maybe. We'll
Spoopy,
see.
yes.
Maybe.
please.
We'll see.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get Jake in here too.
You should get
That would be
everyone in here
spooky.
for a segment.
Yeah, let's get everybody in this.
Yeah,
in this
because this is going to be a different
studio.
format. We're just gonna. I mean, we just do what we want anyway.
I was like, we'll just record in the KTRL.
right and have a roundtable discussion.
Have literally all of us there talking.
So Lance, your favorite soundtrack to a scary movie is
All right,
Bone Thugs
so
and Harmony.
remember that we got that coming up. That's going to be Halloween. We're going to hopefully have good news for y'all about sports coming up next week. We're excited. Everybody here is excited for everything. Remember, we got Posty Fest coming out. That's October 28th, right? And then we also have when is Astroworld Fest? Isn't that in November?
It is November
15th.
17th.
Okay.
No, it's
17th.
16th. Wait, isn't it the
17th.
day after
As
our
long as
event?
it's not
2 days
the
after.
15th.
It's on the Saturday.
Oh, okay, 17th.
So
And we have fall event coming up on November 15th. So stay tuned for that. If you don't know, we're giving away Astroworld tickets. So
yeah, always check our Twitter
Come on
for
out.
updates.
So make sure, like she said, make sure to peep our Twitter, peep our Facebook and Instagram. Check that out. Stay tuned to see what we're doing. Keep updated with the planet. So
make sure to keep listening to
Wave
of the Planet.
If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe for updates when new episodes drop. And follow our station on Twitter and on Facebook at The Planet 107 to see everything going on at Tarleton Radio.